Hello everyone and welcome back to the show. This is Ty the Note with the Maker, the Romantic Muchika. Beautiful show about marriage, love, family, and anything to do, anything marriage related, anything family related is about this show. I want to thank everyone who has taken their time to watch the episodes. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for liking, commenting. I'm getting a lot of testimonies, a lot of positive feedback. And every time I go to weddings, man, I just feel, should I say I feel shy, I feel overwhelmed. I feel so happy when people come and they're like, hey man, your show, thanks for that show, thanks for that show. And even people who are way, way old, I find people in their 50s and 60s telling you, man, I enjoy your show. Guys, who am I? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. God bless you. Now, today on the show, we are back to default settings. I've been hosting individuals previously, but guess what? The show is about couples, and couples are back on this show. Today I'm hosting a couple who have been married for 10 years. We've been in situations where every time a woman gives birth, they go through what we call postpartum depression. Now, do you know the kind of postpartum depression one has to go through when they have given birth to twins? How do you handle? Imagine you're a father to twins. Your wife has given birth to twins. She spends a day at home with them. Now you're a father, you're working, you're studying, you have to come back and help out. Imagine what kind of chaos that is, and imagine what you have to go through. Ladies and gentlemen, these people have been married for 10 years. Ssalongo and Nalongo. All of them are self-employed. We are also going to be talking about the financial bit of it. Losing a job, and you have to start afresh. You have 4 children to take care of. Guys, this is going to be an interesting conversation. Welcome with me, Mr and Mrs Rwabutomizes, Ssalongo and Nalongo.
Thank you.
It's an honor to be here.
Yeah. So for those of you who see me emceeing weddings, you're like, hey, Maker man, thank you, you're doing good. Ladies and gentlemen, I am who I am in the emceeing industry. I am who I am because of that guy. This guy mentored me. This gentleman, Sir Jose. We used to call him laptop because he's a 1 GB. You can see.
Yeah.
Still a 1 GB.
Yes.
No, well, yeah, it's a 1 GB, but yeah, takoga tageja indeed.
Yeah. So this gentleman mentored me in emceeing, in a lot of aspects, and he still gives me that mentorship. So if you see me at a wedding, or if you see him at a wedding, he's the guy that trained me.
Thank you.
Guys, good to have you on the show.
Thank you, Maker.
10 years, 10 solid years.
Yeah.
How have they been? A decade.
Yeah.
How have they been?
It's been fun, nice, and challenging at some point.
Yeah.
But good.
Good, eh?
Yeah.
Because I remember when he was still single, we used to go to his place,
Oh,
hang out a lot. Na tuvuga mu Prado. Aya twanyumirwa Prado. Ebisera bya umeme ebyo. Twanyumirwanga Prado kati nayingizawo double cabin. So, for the 10 years, how did you guys meet? And where did you meet?
Well, that's a good question. We've been asked that question many times since we're into the marriage spaces.
Yeah.
And everyone has their own story. So ladies first.
Everyone has a version.
Yeah,
everyone has a. So let's start with Nalongo Stella.
I met Sir Jose at campus, Makerere University.
Oh, interesting.
I was in my first year, and he was in his 4th year.
We don't want to count the years, but it's okay.
Don't count.
We don't want to count. Yeah.
But yeah,
It's long ago.
Just long ago.
And he was a papa.
Oh.
Yes, I met him a Christian, a grounded Christian.
As usual.
As usual. Now he has elevated to Reverend, but he was Papa cell, and those girls all in his cell, you know.
Papa
and
Jose.
Papa, no, they used to call him Uncle Laptop, Uncle Joe. That's how I met him. And then one time, I used to go to CCE.
Yeah.
That was my hall. But how would I say? I was at Cobams, yeah. Cobams for economics, and he used to stay in Mitchell Hall. If you know that place, they are close. And I used to commute in my first year. So I had a friend, his friend was called Susan. He is still called Susan.
He's called Susan, yeah.
Yes, my friend was Susan, and he was a cousin. She was a cousin to him. And one time, we used to walk and wait for lectures, dididal and all. And then she told me that I have a brother in Micho. And me as me, I didn't like to walk so much. I was like, let's go and hang as we wait for the next lecture.
This is Susan.
Susan, the cousin.
Yeah.
My brother is in Micho, and he has left me a key. So we went.
You go to his room.
To go to his room. So we went. We were first years. What? And he used to come. He used to go in the morning, come back for lunch, evening go back and go for lectures. He would be out all day. And first the room was ours because he was in 4th year and he was alone. So one time he comes to the room when I've ditched a lecture. You
missed a lecture?
Yeah, I ditched a lecture and the Susans had gone.
You dodged the lecture?
Yes. So the owner of the room comes. And I'm there. We do the same course with the cousin. So typically I should be in class.
Yeah.
And then he asks what I was doing. Why am I taking my life for granted? Am I serious? And in my head I'm thinking, who does he think he is?
Who do you think you are?
Yeah. He's judging me how life is so serious. I should read my books and pass.
Not knowing that one day you'll end up in his bed.
You know. So after the lecture, he left after his lunch. I started rethinking how I should not be caught in his room while teaching lectures again. So each time we had the lectures, I would go so that he doesn't find me in his room teaching. But that's how we met. I met him on a serious note.
He has been serious from day one.
Yeah, he carries our seriousness in this relationship. He has all our seriousness. I have the lightweight.
You have the lightweight.
Yeah, I'm the light of his life.
I know, right? But people see him joking a lot, and so one might think that you are. And you see, Nalongo can put on that tough face for the 11 years I've known Nalongo. Like she'll put on the tough face, and at times I want to ask Nalongo. You're ever making yourself tough.
When I'm quiet, I look tough.
But you're the light one.
I am the light one.
Now, when did he start coming down and stop taking life so serious with you?
He has never stopped taking his life so serious. But it is well, because I think God puts people together for a reason.
Yeah, for a reason.
And because I seemingly be the unserious one, he's the vision bearer, he's the target setter, and we have a book of targets and what we should do, the vision for the family, the mission statement. We have that. Because of this man, by the way. Yeah. So that's how we met. We met at campus, 2011.
In his room?
Yeah, in his room when he's giving me a lecture about life. Because
now you see, for that was your generation, and you guys were like born again.
Yeah.
In this generation, someone finds you in their room.
Yeah, Chigwa.
It has to, eh?
But his papa, he was papa.
But he was papa.
He was papa.
Nalongo.
And serious.
I know. For him,
literally.
For him, I can give him the benefit of doubt.
Yeah.
They are papas. Why? Title of the papa is at church. Here. Anyway, Sir Jose,
yes.
You meet this lovely lady in your room. What first came to your mind on the first day you met her when she was with your cousin?
Like I said, we all have different versions of the story. I don't particularly remember that time, though the way she says I responded, I think I could have responded that. What I remember as far back is my cousin sister was her OG. They were studying together, and they would come, like, be around in the room. Their lectures were, I think, mostly either morning
have spaces.
and spaces. And because the faculty was near Mitchell Hall at Makerere University, it was easy for them to come to. Now mine is at the Faculty of Technology. Like, it is far. I only come back as a government student, so I would only come back for lunch. then go back and like read
read.
it. Yeah, so that was a kind of a structure. So when I meet her, it's a normal thing. Oh, Susan, how are you? Oh, you have a friend, like that's it. Yeah, but I don't remember that particular incident. But for her, I think she remembers because it did what? It
was a lecture.
It was a lecture.
So like it impressed something upon her mind.
Yeah,
to remember. But it was over through those series of discussion, and later on, she started looking. I said, "Oh,
started looking serious."
Started looking beautiful-ish.
The actual point where I said, look, slices of cake and pizzas, because she used to commute from home, so she would stay in Chitene and come to study. Me, I would stay at university.
Oh, you'd commute from Chitene to Makerere every day?
Yeah,
every day. So she would come like with something like a cake or what, and would give. And I saw a heart, a warm heart, a giving heart.
Papa's like, I want to make you my mama.
Eventually, when you've not been say love at first sight, eventually you start seeing this person and considering it, because I mean, you're a single man, and I'm finishing my 4 years at university, and you start saying, okay, probably it is possible that this person is looking good. We can give it a try. I didn't even go through my sister. I knew at one time
you hit the arrow.
I had to, approach her.
So it was through your room still that you approached her?
No, it was. Okay, like one time, of course, now when you start saying, oh, this person is kind, this person is warm, this person is a giver. So say one time I will gather my energy. So it was a long, like a bit of some weeks to gather that energy, to start telling her that you're interested in her.
We had a riot at Makerere that time. They sent us home.
Yes. When the president said this is Chisanja Kuna Mchezo.
Yeah, they chased us back home. I think that's when you gathered your energy.
But I know for
sure.
During
the riot?
Yeah, when we are home.
Where we go.
It's possible. And probably I met with the time I remember is when I was pushing her back to home from Mitchell Hall to, there's a small gate at Makerere near University Hall. Those terms may only be known by those who went there. But there was a gate. So it's a time when I said, like walking her and pushing her, that the discussions and conversations began.
Oh, Papa started a pushing ministry.
Yeah. Do you know, this man took me to church for an overnight as one of the dates. Yeah.
Wait, he took you for a date. It was an overnight.
It was an overnight.
It wasn't a date.
It wasn't a date.
Just invited her.
Then we walked. Makerere is near Watoto. Downtown. So somehow we were walking, and it's like, I'm going to church. If you want, you can come. Now we go to church. The man could pray and pace. My words were over, like at 10 in the night. Mr. Rwabutomize was still praying.
Yeah?
And I think he saw that I'm over. He held my hand and started pacing with me.
Pacing with you?
I was like, this man is so serious. In the overflow. He was praying, Bambi. This man is serious.
And in your heart, you're like, hey,
this is the one.
Yeah. Wow. Anyway, so she says he's a very serious guy. I just want to read you his profile to show you how serious this guy is. Sir Joseph Rwabutomize is a Ugandan entrepreneur, author, speaker, passionate about helping people grow in business, finances, and family life. His career and profession spans in 3 fields. I'm going to read because it's quite a lot. He's an engineer. This guy you see here is an electrical engineer. He has a Bachelor of Sciences in Electrical Engineering, a postgraduate in Project Planning and Management, an MBA in Finance and Accounting, certification in Human Resources. He studied theology. He's a reverend. This guy here is a reverend. He's the CEO of Blueprint Leadership Group Limited, a consulting and training firm that builds businesses, teams, and people. Now, if I start reading the organizations he has worked with, the things he does, we are not going to leave this place. But he's passionate about building family, building businesses, and building and helping people with finances. And So he's a devoted husband to Stella and a
Yeah.
father of 4, a Ssalongo. His life mission is to help people discover purpose, grow consistently, and make an impact that truly matters. For Nalongo, who says she's the unserious one, she's also serious. She's a businesswoman, farmer, mother, and speaker who is passionate about women empowerment and the young ladies. So she holds BCom, she holds a bachelor's of BCom in MUBS, CEO of Rwako Ventures, a firm that trades in cocoa and coffee, founder of Wonder Bakery that deals in baking training and baking products, COO of Blueprint Leadership Group, her family business, founder of Women Rise, an organization that empowers women in the eastern part of Uganda, founder of Prudent Wives, a women group where married women come together and walk the journey together through various activities and empowerment programs. So Stella loves women and young girls and loves to see them grow. So guys, this is a glimpse of the couple that I'm hosting today. They are just not an ordinary couple. Now, so after meeting and going to church together the overnight, when did you gather the energy to pop the question?
For me, I can't say I really can't say I remember, but of course during that time period we started having conversations, we started having liking for each other, and after some period of time, I think in Feb for the second semester, we would do life together to know kind of compatibility. But young relationships, we are young, a young boy and a young girl. Around Feb or March, that was second semester in her first year, we break up because we noticed that we are not working. It wasn't working. We weren't compatible. I was a social person. For her, she's like a laid back person. Okay, according to that time. Right now, the tables have turned. So I would, how I would know, I was invited. I was a young MC, so I would do a lot of parties. And every time I'm invited for parties to this church and I want to go there, I'm the one who is loud, I'm the one who is sitting in front. And I come with my girlfriend. At that moment, she sits at the back. So
we are for the streets.
You're for the streets.
So I was wondering, but how is this going to chigenda kola chitia? And for me, I never wanted to people to have any idea, because someone sitting behind, I'm sitting in front. Even if people are not reading into that, for me, I was saying people would be thinking that. So, but even apart from it, was really that whole thing of she's laid back now. Me, I'm going forward. We do this, And at one point we said, you know what, I don't think this can work out because our lifestyle is
different. Who initiated the breakup?
Who initiated the breakup?
I think we were both tired.
You were both tired. So you broke up after how long of dating? How much time of dating?
Yeah, so we met, like I said, she was in first year, I was in fourth year. Universities would usually started in August. So August that year we went. So you're talking about August, September, October, November, December. That's 5 months. So you break up and come back the following second semester, which starts around Feb. So it was around, if my memory serves me right, around March. Yeah, so because we're all pulling ropes. I am an outgoing person, you're not outgoing. So it was frustrating because for her, she was in her world. She wasn't in the public face. Me, I've been in it's cameras. These guys are you're at prime time. You are a small celebrity at university. Those who don't know prime time, it was like an event at Makerere, which happened every Saturday, student event. We do entertainment, dance, drama. What I was in that kind of thing. So I wanted someone who was going to follow through. Probably my act mate, my co-MC. Yeah, but eventually after 10 years, I've won her over. Now she moves with me. We do life together. She also MC. She sings. She has a band.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was really around the frustration of temperaments or lifestyles, not sinking. Yeah. So we broke up for a month, and you asked who initiated. We were discussing. I can't remember. I don't think she remembers. But we were both
feeling the same.
The feeling was mutual.
Yeah.
So,
because I think if I'm pulling her, she's saying, I don't want to come. You do your thing, I'm comfortable where I am. Even me, I am going. I'm also, so it's a kind of frustration and, you know what?
All right. So in that 1 month when you had broken up, Nalongo, did you ever think that you'd get back together? And because I believe it was a time of self-reflection for you.
Really.
What was going through your mind? What was going through your mind?
Actually, I realized that after breaking up, that's when people started asking me about him. They're like, hey, how is Papa? Because when we were starting to date, Mr. Rwabutomize made a tea party to declare that I'm his girlfriend.
Wow. Wow. He made that tea in his room.
In his room.
Oh,
and we were like, how many people? 70.
70?
In that car room.
They reached 70.
Because people were like, there's
Probably
tea, there's
40.
breakfast.
Yeah.
We go.
No, they were friends. They were just friends.
They were friends, and then the people on that floor, they came to take our tea. So somehow everyone knew we were dating. So coincidentally, when we broke up, people started asking, how is Papa? Because everyone knew that we were like that couple on the block. I tell he would hold my hand, even for his end of year. What is that thing? After that, the course is done, the class party, I was his date.
Obviously, you had to be.
And we were like moving together, lovey-dovey, and then we broke up. Yeah, people were asking me about him, and people were saying, you guys cannot break up, and the few who knew. Because we resumed before even the whole world got to know that we broke up.
That you're back together.
That we broke up.
That you broke up, yeah.
Yeah, so... yeah, I reconsidered, but then I was saying, if Joseph told me that when we were dating, he was clear that he wanted to marry me, like from the beginning. So he told me that, by the way, Stella, I'm dating you not to play games. I want to marry you. So, in my mind, I thought, is this what I will be in? Someone always telling you how to change. Today you didn't laugh at this party, and yeah, because I was at the back and he was at the front and all that. So I reconsidered. I was like, I don't think I would want to do that in marriage. So we went. After all, I was not ugly.
After all, you are not what?
Yeah, it's self-awareness.
Self-awareness. Okay. So during that 1 month, how did you get back together?
Mr. Rwabutomize, because you're the man of the relationship.
Who looked for each other? Who looked for the other?
You have to look for me. Have you ever seen a hen chasing a cock?
We had friends, a few friends who knew. So we would talk and say, what made you break up? I want to life of a party. Yeah, not like a party. I said, no, that's small things. People break up for big things.
I know.
So they like having conversations and talking. And of course, eventually I pursued her and went back for her. And we resumed the relationship.
This is the joy you have.
Interesting.
No, after the joy she has.
This is the joy she has.
She said, after all, I was not what? I was not ugly.
Neither was I ugly. I was handsome, but I used to have hair.
Yes, you used to have hair.
I even had an afro at one time. Don't look at
this. Are you for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. I acted a movie. I acted a movie called Horror in the Forest in my senior 6. And that movie was not shown in Uganda. It was shown in South Africa.
Really?
Yes. So in that movie, I was a soldier, but who had plaited hair. Yes. I tell people, and I have pictures to prove it. So really, yeah. So I have some when I would have like my swords and my hair was plaited,
and it was black.
This that story you normally tell us of the watermelon.
And that's another joke later on when I joined comedy. Yeah, but when I was a young boy, I had hair. Wow. You can check out my social media. Back pictures.
Now people have to go back. So let me tell you about this one. This guy went to Nakasero market to buy fruit. So
the black one.
So when you remember those black watermelons, so he put his head down and people were buying watermelons. Someone touched his head and he's like, how much is this one?
Yeah. That's
anyway, so you guys eventually get married.
Yeah.
Of course.
We dated, we got married in 2015.
In 2015.
On 29th of August, 2015. So 2 months ago, we celebrated our 10 years.
Yeah.
And we exchanged our vows. Yes, at church we renewed our vows and
We still
celebrated honeymoon. Yeah, we still do.
You still do?
Yeah.
Interesting. For the 10 years, what have been some of the things you've looked at and you're like, this has challenged us in our marriage? Let's talk about the twins. The twins coming. Because I remember when you gave birth to the twins, I was there.
Yes.
We were in hospital. I think all the children have been there.
Yeah.
All the 4 children, we've been there in hospital.
You've been at home, you've been in the hospital.
Yeah.
That's right.
But for the twins, man, it was a different atmosphere.
Yes.
It was a different atmosphere because I remember walking into that room.
It's full.
And it was full, but he was, you'd see his face and you're like, bro.
Actually, for those twins, that face you should have seen it after.
Because
I wasn't in the country.
Remember,
No,
it was
he wasn't in the
you,
country.
you were the one
You were the
talking
one-
to him.
As the one talking to him on phone and I was coordinating a lot of things with him.
Yes.
Yeah, he was in South Africa.
Yes,
Zambia.
Zambia.
No, Zambia.
Yes.
But when you came back, I would see a bit of frustration. You would see him tired.
Fatigued, yeah.
You go for weddings, he's so fatigued. It's like, man, chijja kuba bulungi. Tell us, first of all, when did you realize that something wasn't right emotionally? Nalongo.
After the baby.
After the twins.
I think I didn't even know that I was going through that postpartum depression. Usually after giving birth, I go to my mom's for the extra hands.
Yeah.
Really. And my husband wasn't around, so I went to my mom's. Everyone was happy, their babies. And then we've stayed in Chitende for so long that my parents are old folks of the village. So other people would come.
The whole of Chitende.
Mama Stella yazadde abalongo. They would come, some for those rituals. They would come with money, but they want to ask the babies for money, kneel before them and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
I'm there. I was happy, I think. I don't know when it hit me really, but one night I just broke down. The babies were sleeping. My mom was there. Everyone is willing to help really. But somehow you just feel downcast. You feel overwhelmed. I remember I just woke up, carried my babies, told my mom, it was around 5. I told her I'm leaving, I'm going back to my house.
5 a.m.
Yeah. And she's like, and I was like, no, I think I want to go home. I was tired of...
That time I'd come back.
You were back? Because I had parked my car at home. I didn't need to wait for my husband to pick me. I just told my mom that I'm leaving. So
And you left?
Yeah.
At 5?
By the time you pick up all those clothes for twins...
Yeah, it's now 7.
Yeah, it was 7. I think she also realized it and just let me be. But I was unhappy. I was so unhappy, not because I didn't have the kids or not because I didn't want the children. It's just a feeling of being overwhelmed. And I went home, and then also home has its group of people who are excited for you. They want to come over. And I remember that time there was a friend, she's called Sheila. She came home and she told me, Stella, you're unhappy. We shall wait to come and visit. We were planning as a sale to come and visit, but let us give you some time. She found me, my hair was, how? I don't know. I don't even think I ever said that I'm sad, but people just knew. And I kept there for some time, but my husband was also there. I don't know how to explain that feeling. It is just a feeling of emptiness, feeling of overwhelm. You just feel like
Nothing makes sense.
These kids would survive without me.
Without me. Wow. And what were some of the toughest moments for you during that period?
My husband was in school.
He was in school doing the masters.
Yeah, he had
theology.
He had the 9 to 5,
The engineering job.
Yes. Then on weekends, he's an MC. Then in the 9 to 5, he had evening lectures. He would return at 10 p.m. because of jam. Then he freshens up and starts discussions for his class. It would end at midnight, I think. And then he would sleep. Then he has another to go back to work tomorrow. Then weekend he has weddings to MC. And God is gracious. We did not lack. I give Joseph his flowers.
Wow.
Like he provides everything to the dot. Hair, nails, spa, Pampers, Vaseline, my home, where I come from.
Wow.
He's that kind and generous with us. But we were overwhelmed. Yet my brothers also came. Everyone came. The clan came to help. But Jesus, he was in school and I was home with the babies. And we were just in autopilot, really.
So did you have like some people to help out during that time?
The whole clan can help.
They were staying home?
Not really. My brothers would come, my mother's call, my mother's brought chogero, others are the ones buying Pampers. I have 2 maids. Everyone is hands-on.
Even with all that help, you felt
you feel empty.
Postpartum depression. Wow.
You feel empty. You just want to put the kids away. So that one time, I think he was very tired. I'd gone for immunization for the twins. You know the immunization cries?
I know those cries.
I think that was the day he also felt it. I was so angry at him. Not because he doesn't help, but that day he was also. So the babies are there crying. Immunization. He's tired. He has just come back. He has slept. They cry. And twins have a thing. They wake each other up. I had my baby Evangeline. She was fat. She wakes up. She doesn't cry. She sits on the one who is asleep to wake him up. And then the other one cries. And this one also cries. So you'll be there all night. But out of frustration, he said something. Because I told him, my Joseph, God, are you sure you're not hearing the kids cry? I need some help. And he told me, why did you take the immunization that makes the babies cry? Yet I can pay for painless.
Yeah.
I did not think outside the box until that time. Why are we dealing with the free vaccines?
Yet we can
afford the painless, and we all help each other not to cry. Because you can carry those babies. They are crying, you're crying. The father is also agitated. The whole house is on fire at 2 a.m. So when he said that, I went with my babies to the sitting room. My brother was staying with me at that time. He also came and carried. He found me so angry and seated there. The kids are crying. I'm there and thought about that statement. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my turning point. I stopped taking the free vaccines. And we started taking the ones that don't have the side effects of crying.
Yes.
Because he could afford it. We made life easy. He told me, whatever you need, I can pay. I cannot really work and still work. So he told me to have the 2 maids. He said I will pay. We took the vaccines. The routine shopping was done by my brother. So at least we lessened the work of us so that we could rest and concentrate on the things that we cannot delegate, like breastfeeding and him working. Yeah.
Wow. Hey. And how did this moment, that emptiness, that depression affect your relationship with your children and your husband?
I don't know if the kids felt anything because they were babies.
They were babies.
Even the one who was older, I think that's the time we took her to daycare. Yeah, we took her to daycare so that she does not rub off on the toxicity.
Toxicity, yeah. Eva's the firstborn.
Yes. So we took her to daycare. She would come back when at least you've freshened up a bit. And also I had the 2 maids to So I don't think after when we redesigned how we should work, it got better. And us, because I stopped nagging. My brothers were home. I eventually started healing. But there was no big deal with the kids. They got...
And how did you begin to heal? What brought about the healing?
What brought the healing?
To you.
Knowing that he can pay for everything. Yeah, it heals the soul. Money has a way of healing.
So what happens to those who don't have the money?
Now that is the problem.
So knowing that he can provide is what?
It gives you the peace. Knowing that, okay, he may not be hands-on really, but he can allow me to make those financial decisions that make life easier. Because I've met Nalongos who, with even the kids, the husband does not think that a woman needs extra help of like maids. And he says that, why do you have maids? Why do you need a maid? I know wives who are at that point, and it must be hard on them. Those are the men who don't eat KFC. They want matoke manyige.
From the wife?
From the wife, not the maid.
Who is nursing twins.
Yes, it must be hard for them. They need prayers.
And what else brought about healing apart from the financial bit?
He eventually got done with a course.
Yeah.
He's a sharp man, so he finishes things on time.
On time.
Yeah, he goes for a course in its exact time. He'll be done. And then school was done, it was off.
Even church every Sunday.
And also we pray every Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also friends, the support system, because I remember there was a time, I think my friends, I have 2 girlfriends of mine that have my back. There's Trudy and Daphne. I think somehow they talked to my husband.
And told him what he's supposed to do.
And they told him, they wanted to take me to a spa. They were like, no, where Stella is, I think she needs a spa. They talked to him. So that day, I wake up and he's like, me, I will be with the kids. You dress up. Are you sure that is the dress you want to put on? And I'm thinking, Then before I knew it, my friends had come, but we had a spa day.
Wow.
You know, men who care, he's in my left ventricle.
So he paid for the spa, he took care of the kids at home.
Yeah, he stayed with the kids. My girls took me out.
Wow.
Yeah, it eventually goes back to money. You see? Yeah, because can he massage? Massage professional?
No, he cannot. But he's your husband. He knows where to touch. Anyway. So, and you see, for most mothers, most new mothers, honestly, need that time away from children because even us, even other people I know, there's a friend I was talking to and she told me that she needed some time away from the child. Her friends came and took her for lunch. After lunch, they went somewhere and she left the child with the dad. The dad was like, it's okay, you go, I will take care of the child.
Yeah.
And I think that's what heals women. It happened to me one time. There's a week when I was so overwhelmed and, hey man, my wife was, But that week when she talked to me, she's like, do you know what? I am tired. I'm like, it's okay. From today,
I got you.
Immediately, I come back home like this, 7:30, 7:40, 50. I have the baby till morning.
Wow.
Even feeding. She wakes up.
Feeds baby?
Feeds the baby while I'm holding the baby. At that time, she had started the bottle. I knew how to do the milk. Put all the 4 bottles ready because my daughter would drink.
Yeah, she has an appetite.
I'm like, we go and sleep. Once I hear, bottle. You leave the bottle there. You hear, and she told me that was the best week of her life. I was like, perfect. So to the husbands, man, be there. You say the money aspect is there. The money bit is there. You must provide. That is a constant. You should not say that money heals. Yes, money heals, but that is a given. Men, we must provide. But the other best help you can give your wife is being there.
Yeah.
Helping out, holding that child because that postpartum.
Yeah, it is real.
You know, it takes other women years to heal.
That is why after going through those episodes, we came up with the concept of the prudent wife, a space where we work with mothers, wives, to teach them just basics of life. How to hold baby, how to put a routine for baby, how to manage yourself as a new mother. We work with you, teach you how to cook, how to meal plans and all those things, mother and wife. Really.
Interesting. So, Sir Jose, to you, how was it like for you during that period, balancing work, school, then the twins?
Well, mine starts way back from the time I got to know that the twins were there. But I also want to make sure that I clarify, you know, when Nalongo speaks, someone may go out there thinking, this man has money, I don't have money. I didn't have a lot of money, but that's the time period
for us,
that helped me to learn how to plan the little that was there. But yeah, it wasn't, I really can't say that we had the money, but the one that was there
was enough.
I don't know if it was enough, but we used it to do the actual things. Yeah, so I wanted to make sure that there's no that misconception, because she can talk and say, now it's now time for me to switch off. I think that, but it's financial. That's why I am very like passionate about financial literacy, because I've seen people struggle even when they have like money. They have quite a lot of money, but they don't know how to plan it, how to grow it, how to make sure it's enough for what they are doing. So that's about it. But for me, my story really began from the time I got to know that we were expecting the twins. So we go to the hospital, and the guy says, I see two things in the stomach. The doctors, that is your terminology. I don't want to miss say it. So when they came through, and when the guy looked and said that, I said, okay, we can't really confirm, but come back after this time period. So that we confirm. When we came back, and they confirmed that they were indeed twins. So I had never thought, like all my life, I don't have like twins like around me or even close. I just know them, you just see them. But like I started imagining now, like I have two babies. So it's not a concept I'd ever thought about, not a concept that I even have ever imagined. So at that moment, I had many questions for the guy. Okay, so what does that mean? She told me, things like mothers with twins never get to full term. That's the 40 weeks. Make sure she feeds well, so that by 32, at least we make 32, 34, maximum 36. So for me, I was saying, okay, so now my faith was coming in me. I was saying, you don't know, we have a living God, and think I will pray and we shall make it. So she said, rarely will we reach 36. Or 40 is said impossible, 36, you're good, but 32, 34 should be not bad. So I said, okay, what other things? The woman should feed well, so make sure that she feeds well. And take care, make sure we come back for the visits and stuff like that. Like that period for me began at that moment when the announcement had been done that we had twins. So many things changed. I now knew that the meager money, the meager finances we had to be planned so well. So I knew that, okay, so since they are twins, I said buying clothes in the second, third month. I think third month you have to plan. Say, you don't know when the money will be there or not. Things like driving now had to change. You drive at 5-10 kilometers per. Okay, like a very slow speed. The bigger the pregnancy becomes, because man, it was at 6, it was like 9 months. So for me, my biggest concern was my praying cape came on that I'm going to pray for this woman, so that will be like the only miracle that nurse, that guy has seen, who has reached 40 weeks. That was my target. I would tell God. So I went to the computer. I searched, by the time there was no AI, of course, but I searched scriptures and I put it on a one page. So I printed it at the workplace, and every day I would kneel, declare, and touch Nalongo and pray. Like I would be praying. I didn't want to get things from my head. I just had to declare that. So I knew that was like my shot.
You declare those scriptures over her
every day,
morning, evening.
Yeah, I printed it.
And you'd touch the
I would
stomach,
touch, then I'd be reading, dear Lord, I declare blah. So At the moment when she had reached, she was 32. I had a trip to Zambia.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I think it was, I don't know if in my mind it was around 30.
34.
It was 32 because you gave birth at 34.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it was like 32. My math serves me well. We calculated and said, okay, so I'm supposed to be in Zambia for only 2 weeks. Actually, it was 33. So I'm supposed to be in Zambia for around 2 weeks. So by the time I come back, for me, I knew I was going to 40, minimum 36. So I had done my calculation. So I'm down, it was 32. So in Zambia, it was at 33 when I was away. And close to her being like 34, I was still down. I called, we're always in touch, that I feel something, it's not right. They had called the guy said, what you're feeling now, you must come now, like today. So I called my friend OJ, he has always been my comedy partner and a friend.
Yeah.
I said, OJ, you are now the father to the twins.
To the twins
Go
now.
home, drive Nalongo to the hospital.
Went from Entebbe
Up
to Wakiso.
Up to
I was in town.
So we went, and so OJ, my friend, drove her to the hospital. And in my heart, I was praying. I was there and still declaring, God, I went with the mica paper. So I would pray and I said, God, at least, let it not be that they're going to give the birth to the kids when I'm away. I want to be there, and I've been praying for her. I'm believing in you for that. But it did happen like I had anticipated. So when they checked her, they said, no, we are going to have the C and get the babies out. But at the beginning, that guy had told us that if we give birth before 36, we're going to spend money in the ICU, in the incubators, I think nursery.
Yeah, the nursery.
Yeah, those terminologies. So now I started calculating, like they told us that every day in that incubator nursery, it was 300K or 600K. I don't remember the numbers, but I knew in my mind that money was going to be
800 per day, per child.
Yeah. So
there were two.
And there were two.
Yes. So now in my mind, I was like saying it's going to be a lot of money. So I'd said, now I'd resigned to when the guy said on phone that she's going to give birth, we are going to have a C. In my mind, I immediately knew the kids are going to the incubator. To the incubator. Now I started calculating that whatever that amount was. If it was 300, I said, okay, so that means 300 times 600 times 2 weeks, since we are supposed to go up to 36. So I was doing my mathematics. This one was saying there was money. Money was for planning, mama.
Oh, it's a good plan.
So when they gave, so the guy had said that one, for the kids to be safe, they should all be born above 2 kilograms. If they are below 2 kilograms, incubator. Each day, they said the amount. So me, I was being a mathematician, I had calculated the money. So when they do the C, they get the babies out. There was a miracle. The children were all above 2. One was 2.1, I think the other was 2.
They were put 2.2 and 2.3.
Yeah, around there. So the guy said, you have given birth at 34, but your babies are of weight. But we cannot assume. Let's monitor them and see if everything is okay. So they monitored them, and everything was okay. They heart, everything was
They never
okay.
went to the incubators?
No.
Wow. They did go to the incubator. So I laid back, I said, I don't know really what happened, but of course, in my faith, I believe it was that God, and maybe those prayers, those declarations I made. I really can't say, but I think they were the one being a man of faith. So I thanked God that at 34, all the kids were well, and a person who was given birth by C, they're usually in the hospital by like 3 days. The one who was given normally is like you that same day. Yeah, so it was exactly 3 days, and the time she went out of the hospital, the time I was flying back, and I did find them in the hospital. I went straight home. Yeah, so for me that was my journey, like psychologically. But at that moment it was July. She gave birth on 17th July 2019, the year before COVID. And that's the time I was studying. The time I was away, I wasn't studying for that time period. So, like you mentioned, I would wake up in the morning I leave home at 6 to beat traffic, at work up to 5, then go to school from 5:36 to 9, spend 1 hour in traffic, reach home at 10, do a bit of discussion. So you're exhausted. Now the twins are waiting for you. You know, when you have one child, as a father, it is very easy for you to kubo mcharo mugongo, because it is one, so you can take care of that one. But when they are twins, you can't be there and the kids are crying and you're saying, you know, the woman will take care of them. So it was a very hard time for me, like extremely hard. I was frustrated. My emotions were like not stable, you know. So that was the time when the words are few, you're just thinking, the tins of milk are 2, the what clothes are 2, everything is 2. And then you have this school, you have to study and pass. Actually, that was the time when I thought I just put school on a hold. But I said, I'm not a man who is known for giving up.
Yeah.
I found a way of handling it.
Yeah.
So that July, August, September, October, November, December, it's 5 months, January, Feb, March, April, 9 months for the kids is when COVID time came the following year. And when it came, it paused the school, it paused the work. And I was saying I wish it had come earlier, like in August, because then I would have time. No, I'm joking. But of course, COVID wasn't good. It wasn't the best for everyone. But for me, it came at a time when I needed it, like the most. Everything was paused in April 2020. And that was the time when I saw also my friends lose their jobs. I had my job because I was working in an industry which was considered what? Essential.
Essential, you're an essential worker. Should we mention it?
Yeah, you already mentioned it was Umeme. So,
Umeme, yeah.
Yeah, so as an engineer, I didn't lose a job. But that's now when my mindset about money and business also picked up, because I saw my friends lose jobs. And I knew even me, it could happen to me. But I always asked that was the time I asked myself that if I lost my job, what would I do? So I went on to that 4 year. I knew Umeme would be done in 31st March 2025. And I asked myself, if that time came and I did have a job, what would I do? That's when my journey for 4 years, planning and finances and growing into business, like was really
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So how did this postpartum depression of the twins, first of all, how long did it take?
I don't know. I didn't count.
You didn't count, but it was quite a long time.
It was a year.
It was a year.
It would take a year, because that year I was overwhelmed.
Yeah. And how did the weight of that whole responsibility with the whole depression test your relationship?
It didn't, because we were busy.
You were busy?
He was busy. Like, it takes two to tango. You can't fight someone who is not home. Hey,
yeah, but I can say emotionally it did, because even small things would anger you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, small things.
I didn't know I was angry.
No, small things anger you, because I mean, that's when you see wastage in the home. That's when you, like, now for me, and I think even at the workspace, my words became few as a comedian. So like, you have to think of jokes and what to go and perform at weddings. But in that time moment, that is when even a small thing can anger you. Yeah. So for me, how it affected us is that my emotions were not that very stable. That if she did something, or if a simple word or a statement from her it would hit me the wrong way, or I would interpret it in the wrong way. Or like a small thing happening at home, like misuse, would not find a heart which is stable. But we never fought. Like, in our marriage, we've not fought anything like physically, but we've disagreed. Yeah, but in that moment of those times is when even a small thing you would disagree about it. Yeah.
And did you get to a point where you feel like as a couple you would be done? Because I've seen many who get to that point and like, do you know what?
No, for me,
for us, we had finished our chances of breaking up earlier.
At the first breakup.
The first one.
I've not been to a time. Yeah, we've had our ups and downs, but I don't know. For me, the way I think I'm wired is when you get married, you get married. Like, you're moving forward. So you think about other things. Even when the tough times come, my mindset tells me. But also church, when you asked what helped. For us, we have what is it called? It's a statement in our family. Every Sunday in the Rwabutomize family is church. Like, it's non-negotiable. So those weekly, someone talking to you, it's like in the workspace, the way we do training. Like they bring people here, it heals the mind. Like you go there and you listen. So it's a weekly thing that someone is talking, because our mind, our lives are driven by our mindset. And if our mindset is wrong, your life will turn out wrong. And how is our mindset fed? Through reading books, through listening to audios, sermons. So for us, at least for me, I had grown up in a family which was Christian, and I knew that I hadn't thought about it until lately, but we just knew every Sunday, pack everyone in, move with or without a car. Because even when I grew up, we didn't have a car.
Getting a boat. With this rain?
So because when I grew up, there was no car. But my guardians, I lost both my parents when I was young. So my guardian who raised us, me and my sister, it was a must to go to church every Sunday. So we never had a car. We would walk for 3 kilometers to church and come back. So I think I was conditioned that way. So without thinking about it, there's no time I ever thought and I said, this marriage, over this situation, I want to go. No. But rather, I always knew that you have to move forward.
Yeah.
Like, you
find a way.
Find a way. Like through the pain, through the down, through the ups, you find a way. Then also from early beginning of our marriage, we had set like rhythms. If those who have followed us, I know some of our friends are watching, they will know that every year we celebrate our anniversary, every year we celebrate birthdays. So those rhythms and structures, like they are set, from the real first, and most especially if you go to the Facebook account, if you go around that time, August, you'll find we would share like some things in like in the public. So on the first year, which was 2015, so the 2016, we moved away. I remember the first time we went was in Ginger, plan, like for the following year. I think the second year or the third year must have been Buama. Like every year we find something. It's not expensive, Not something expensive, but away from home. Because home was a familiar place. So it was something we did. There's no year we've made except COVID. I think except COVID year. But even the COVID year we went out, I think it was the year before COVID, because we had the twins. There's one year I remember either 2019 or 2020 or 2018, when she was expecting the twins. Yeah, but those rhythms helped us, those structures of you begin the year when you have an idea of how the year looks like. So you pin out all the birthdays. This is Nalongo's birthday, 4th November, mine 21st March, the kid, Eva's, has 21st October, like they are there. Then our parents, those are the dates, then like the anniversary is like the big time. And we began like with 2 days away, like 2 nights away. They became 3. When we were celebrating our 10 years, we made it a week plus. But those rhythms and structures have helped to heal and be like, you're always looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Even when the year has been tough, you go and you can show like you go and rejuvenate away from home. Yeah. So our friends who know us, we've done that for 10 years, and we intend to do that for another 10 years. But because it helps us, it has helped us to have some structure and rhythm. Yeah, and that's how the same with finances. I don't want to get to a year and I'm saying, okay, the kids are, all of them they are made school fees. I don't know. You look ahead, you anticipate, then you start now. So I usually tell the story that we've sat down with my wife where we've planned, like we got a paper. That was I think I don't remember the year, but we put the years down, like 2018, 2019, until like around 2050. So every year we say, now here, my wife is at this age. So you have Stella's column, this until 2050. My column until 2050. Then the kids. And in that time period, when I noticed, there was a year where Evas and the twins, now plus the last born, would all be candidates. Senior 6, senior 4, P7. And now when that year comes, if you've not looked ahead and you've not planned for it, you've not like had like a bit of vision, that year comes and shocks you. You say, how am I going to handle it? But it's you who shocked yourself, but the kids were already there. So for us, it has been a planning and putting kind of structure. Because how companies survive. Remember where I've worked and all the companies now I consult for, they have meetings. In our marriages, we don't have any meetings. They have team building. To bond. In our marriages, we don't play.
We don't play.
They have off-site retreats. In our marriages, we don't have any off-site retreat. you know, like they're doing things to make sure that the people in the business are doing well. They plan their finances, they have budgets. In our marriages, we don't. So for me, I got the faith bit. With my wife, we sat down and said, we can run the family a bit more structured. There are things which happen, but a bit more structured. So what the team building, now for us, we're a couple that play. If you check out our TikTok, like we try to find a way of playing. So yeah, we try to put in those things. So how we say, how does this company do their meetings? We say, okay, ours will be Sunday. We have movie nights. There are times when we say, okay, these kids were going out just to bond. Then the structural things, like the anniversary, are the ones which create like a structure for us to work in. And then we think ahead. If we remember was planning 3 years ahead, why not us? But we don't just get that time to sit down. But also I don't blame us as couples. We also don't know how to do it. But copy, if you're a person who works, just copy what your company does and try to see without any structures and formulas. If you need help, we also do that for.
All right. So I've liked that bit of companies do a lot of things for their workers to be well. You get
and also to survive for a longer time.
Survive for a longer time.
That's why they survive. Us, we don't do that. That's why the marriages are being hit.
Okay, now like they do team buildings,
they do training.
They do training.
They do meetings every week. They do head of department like twice a month. They have boards. We don't have boards.
They increase
salaries. Now for you,
increase Kameza money.
The Kameza money.
For you, the one for 10 years.
It is 10K. 15 years. The inflation
Anyway, so what you're trying to say is that now in marriages, we are supposed to have these constant meetings with our partners.
Absolutely.
Constant communication.
They might even be structured. They might even have like an agenda like the company. But the concept is what makes it work. The concept of, and should be predictable. Once in a while it may not be. Like those who like spontaneity in their marriage, it's okay. But you see, spontaneity also works well when there are some things where some things are structured. A bit of structure. So you can say, like for us, it has changed over time. But we had times where every last Friday it was movie night. Now that was before the kid became older. And they say, okay, the kids are now there. You say now every twice a month we all jump into the car, look for an affordable place, like we're near the water. Then you'll be there with the mat, just sit, sleep, the kids play. Those are now like the team building and the meetings. But there are those ones where I sit down with Muchala and we look through and say, how is it going in your business? She runs a farm, Rako Venture. We have a book, we monitor it. How is the money coming in? How is mine going? So those talks, they have no agenda, but we know they are there. Like we know they are there. Then the times of going to church on Sunday when we're in the car together, the whole family is there. And the more the business has become like men, and now we the time which came and we had to buy a second car because now business was growing on our end, business is growing on my end. Now one car becomes a bit tighter. But on Sunday, one has to park for that matter. So where even we have challenges where this one is delaying, you fight through those challenges. But so for me, I look at it, how can an Indian company, even our companies in Uganda, we've seen companies which have thrived for 20 years, 10 years.
Generations.
Okay, even 10 years is good, even 20 years, but our marriages are breaking. Like the statistics, not in Uganda, but those who, like in America, where they have numbers, statistics shows every half of the marriages are breaking. That's what, but I don't say it is a worldwide statistic, but at least for those who could do the calculation, the number, half of the marriages are breaking. In my view, apart from God, who is number one, because there are things you cannot solve, like we live in a spiritual world, I believe. There are things like anger, hot-temperedness, the power of the tongue, like those things which you need to, like someone the preaching and talking and prayer help. Now, second, because companies may not be so much on the God thing. Families, I believe God is number one, like should be a foundation. Then second is now those things we do, like what the company should do. If the company has meetings, find a way of doing a meeting structurally in your place, like predict in a predictable way. Companies do team building, they pay us money to go and do team building. For us, we don't play now. We come back, we bring our stress. The side we are happy, we come in a home when we are not happy.
Wow.
Yeah. So those systems help.
So marriages, we need to put in systems for them to work.
Absolutely.
What about
Absolutely.
in instances where one partner is one person is willing, the other party is reluctant?
You carry them through.
Yeah. You move with them.
You move, but there are times when they need help. You carry that burden for a while. You don't give up on them the moment they have given up on themselves. That's why we're a team. It's a marriage.
And a man should have also a vision. You know, I am passionate about men and boys. We have, you have hosted John Mugabe here. Together with him, we've started up a boys blueprint mentorship for boys, because we've seen, like, we get women who are empowered, and everyone is talking to the women.
Then the boys are weaklings.
No harm to the women, because I have 4 children, 2 of whom are girls. So I love those groups. But we're speaking to the boys. I know they are there, but they are few. So we said, no, we have to cover that gap. So when you treat the boy here, even at the church where we pray from with our pastor Andrew, we work with the boys, and we have also a program for sons. Then in our private lives as well, I've done that even before COVID time, where I've gone to speak to the boys in schools, like halls. We speak, because when a boy is taken care of, they grow up to be a man who heals the society. So now we just formalized it as we went on, and now we mentor boys, speak to the boys through Boys Blueprint Mentorship. You teach them how to plan, teach them how to do self-discovery, self-awareness. You know, it's a big thing. And so now we're coming to why I brought in that point is that when the one partner is weak, the partner who shouldn't be the man. Because the burden will be higher. The man should have the vision, like to move the family forward. Not that the woman their things will be put down. No, but a house cannot move forward if they are divided. You must be like pushing forward. Like my wife is a farmer, I'm not a farmer. So it's not like when I have a vision, I put the farming away. No, but I support her in the farming. But it's not my thing. Like we stand in the farm and she says,
oh, please.
I love this. And I'm like saying,
what is this?
Like, what is this? But I be there as a supporting husband. I say, that coffee, wow. But I don't even know anything about coffee.
Do you know the smell of coffee when it's flowering?
I don't know.
Also, you're not passionate. It is well.
For you, there's a way it brings a sensation.
It has a scent. When coffee is flowering, it has a scent, a beautiful scent.
Do you know that feeling when you're holding a mic?
Yeah, but she has now come.
She has now come.
I know
start going now. Start getting the sensation for coffee. Anyway, so now let's get to the bit of you were employed with Umeme for how long?
12 years.
12 years.
2012 to 2025.
Now, the announcement comes, Umeme is shutting down operations in Uganda.
Not shutting down. The contract was just
okay.
But the public, of course.
So the announcement comes, the contract of Umeme is ending, and some people were laid off.
I don't know whether to say laid off, but
it's not laid off.
It's not really.
Closes.
Like
the company closed.
The contracts end, and then there's a process on how staff are going to work in the new
company. And so in the new company, they hit you with the news that you're not going to be employed. How did you break the news to her that, okay, now I've been employed, the company, the contract has ended, 4 children are here, a family to take care of. How was that like for the both of you?
Well, I can go first. It wasn't even hitting the news because now in this arrangement we knew.
We knew that it would end.
Like
then you planned ahead.
All the 2,500 staff in Umeme, our contracts were ending on March. So there was an arrangement, For
how long had you known?
From COVID time. No, we had known from the time you joined the company.
Oh, yes.
But because we joined in 2012 and the contract was ending in 2025, it was always a known. It just came to the public. Like, it was not a new thing. It just came to the public. For them, that's when they got to know, by the way, in 2025 is going. But from the time I joined in 20, it was a known thing within the business that the concession ends in 2025. It was known. But the time when I came to plan for it more was in 2020 when I saw the effect of my friends lose a job. So lose jobs. So there are like, I would say 3 ways in which people lose jobs. 1, they can voluntarily go out. 2, they could be fired. 3, it could be involuntary. Now for me, my case, it was involuntary, because for those who have been in mergers and acquisitions, there are different methods they use. But in our kind of arrangement, that where we were going in UEDCL, all the staff had to retain their jobs. So there was a process we went through for people to cross over and those not to cross over. So I was among those who did not cross over. By the time the news came, by 2020, we had thought about it by that time. I have written about it on my LinkedIn if you check out my story. In 2020, I saw friends lose jobs. And we were friends who would interact. And I sat down and I asked myself, and this was abrupt, if I lost a job today, how would I survive with my family? Remember, 2020, the twins are there now. Yeah. But there are 3. I mean, they didn't have the last born. Yeah, the fourth born came in 2023.
The last born.
Yeah, the last born. So it was in 2020, and I woke, like when we would be at home playing, laughing, we did a lot of dancing. People would follow me and my little girl Evas on Facebook doing live videos. But at that time when we woke up and said, by the way, you can wake up tomorrow and you don't have a job. And I told my wife that what we do, like we would sit literally like we were sitting on the couch, like watching. Said, but what would we do? So we started now doing an audit. How much money do we have in saving? What businesses are we running? Where is the extra income coming? So we did a proper audit because we had all the time. Well, that would work, but we were mostly home. So that time gave us time to think and plan. And now because we knew that the concession would end on 31st March, it is when we set out exactly what we would do. So we pictured and said, now we don't have a job. So what should do? Like, what is the life of people who don't have a job? Like how does it look like? So they need money to take care of the expenses, right? They need less things to take money out. So we really envisioned it. So we said, now what do we do now to make the money? So we said, okay, if the person without a job needs money, what do we do to make the money? Then we said, okay, the person who has no job doesn't want money to go out. So are there any things that are taking money out? So by the time we had some loans, so we knew by 2025, there should be no loan. By 2025, we should not be renting. By 2025, our side income should have increased.
Yeah.
By 2020, I should have studied and gotten all the qualifications I wanted, because, and I didn't know whether I would transition or not, but I was preparing my mind to move out. So it is between 2020 and 2025, we paid all the loans, we finished our house. I knew now I used to drive a company car. I knew that when I don't have a job, I should have a car. Yeah. That's the time when we bought a fuel-friendly car. Computer. I have a company computer. I knew I needed a computer after, so I bought a computer. Okay, I said, okay, that's when I will go back for my MBA. That's like I should finish all the studies. And then that's when I also registered my the company that we're currently running, called Blueprint Leadership Group. It builds businesses, team building, human resource, health and safety. So that's when we registered it in 2022. Like we did we saw it, we said, how do we solve? How do we solve? So when we started doing now business, now the challenge came for Blueprint, where we started getting jobs. Someone would come and say, oh, we're calling from this company. We want you to come and do team building for us. But then I'm working. Now, team building is during the working days. So you either had to have a good relationship with your boss, or you still fully go. Luckily for me, I had a good relationship with my boss, Dr. Fred. But there were not many. Even him, you can't go back and always tell him of your work which you're doing during the work. Like it had to be less. Yeah. So I would turn down many deals between Monday and Friday. Now, because we've been together in the events, I would do emceeing a lot over the weekend. Yes. So that's the time I said now the brand of 360, that's the emceeing has to grow. Blueprint has to get work, but put it on the weekend. But I had that conflict, like work would come in during the week and I can't do it. So by the time we were crossing, now when my wife knew. Yeah. It wasn't a shock to her. Like we came to the point and said when we knew that we were not going to work for UEDCL. Yeah. It was the time now to shift the guns to blueprint leadership and the things we're going to do. And now get the jobs we're supposed to get during the working hours. I said, you know what? Like I said, it's a mindset. If a mindset is hit, you're gone. And another thing, what I've learned when you're leaving the employment world, whether you've planned it or not, of course, there will always be turmoils and emotional changes. But the moment you have a double mind, you will struggle. By double mind, I mean, you're saying, do I do the job and I also apply for jobs? Like for us, because of that arrangement, like we studied a lot of things about money, we planned, I increased all the savings, my RBS, topped it, Bumeme Sako went back and said top increase, like I knew I needed a buffer. So that when we are out, we are now growing the business. And when we moved out, of course, now it was now a point of new structure. No more going to office, so I had to now start creating my structure. That's the time you have those emotions changing. Even when you know, you have to change. But I said, my mind has to be focused. I'm going to grow my business. The moment I come and say, I'm going to apply, the moment I apply and I go back, I'm going to go back to the same thing of the blueprint can't get jobs between Monday to Friday. And there are around 3 companies which reached out. But every time we would weigh, I didn't have a yes answer of yes or no. Because when you're going into self-employment, you don't know if things will work. You know, eh?
Yeah.
So they come out and they say, okay, we are looking for someone with a background of engineering. You have an MBA and you've worked in human resource. You could be very good help for us. And the money, you would see the money is there. And I knew I wasn't going to get that money in the short time period, because I've been out of employment for March. You're looking at what? We are now in November. Like 7-8 months. So you don't have that money coming in then. But then you have the buffer, but you also have, now we are into investments. I knew the income had to come in, the MCing has to do the cash flow, and the blueprint has to grow. One even came, one of the company was from Qatar. And again, you don't have a direct answer of Ngende, Sigena. So I would come and tell Mchala. I would come and ask her, if I went out of the country, would it be okay? I should say it's okay. Yeah, so that's how our planning improved. That's how our helping people in finances came about. Yeah. We now support people who don't know they're transitioning into self-employment. What do we do? You know, how do you go in with that mindset to say, yeah, you come, but I will teach you what I've learned. But the muscle, the financial muscle and business was a bit grown in the 4 years, and there was a lot of communication with her.
So what matters most is the communication.
Communication now for what wasn't a shock, and the planning.
Yeah.
Yes. So I got to know now. That's one of the reasons why I chose the MBA in finance. I'm an engineer by training, like I mentioned. I've done practice in human resource, but because I wanted to go into business, I said, which course can I do? And by the way, the MBA in finance doesn't even actually teach you how to make money. No. But what I noticed, it expands your brain to understand concepts, like some concepts about finances. So they become easier, but the real thing which teaches how to make money is the doing. But these concepts just help you. You just know now when you're into the business world, there's bidding. Now when you talk about financial statements, it's not a new language. So I didn't choose engineering, I didn't choose HR. I said let me do an MBA in finance and accounting, because it is where I wanted to understand these concepts. In women, we talk about amortization, now you cannot lie to me. But the MBA does not give you the money, the cash, but it expands your mind to understand some concepts easier, but the real finances comes in working. Like you hit the ground, work, look for the customers, customer service. Now you have to apply them and then grow your business professionally.
Wow. So that transition from being employed to self-employment, there are couples right now who are kind of going through things like a person loses a job abruptly. Some have savings, others do not have savings. So how would you advise someone who is leaving employment to self-employment? Because most of us who have been employed for a long time, when it's about starting a business, now you're scared. You're like, now my money is going to die. So what possible investments should one look at, should a family look at to invest in? Like, what advice would you give to someone transitioning from employment, from employment to like self-employment?
What I would say first and foremost is your mindset has to have information about financial literacy, because financial literacy may be a big word, but you must have an idea when it comes. Because now for us, both of us are into business, and now my wife has always been in business for all the time. You know, now me, I just came in to join, so we are a family that moves out to say, okay, business can work, but you must have financial literacy. You must know how money works. You must know the basics, basics of investments, basics of things like interest. Like, you know, okay, if I had money now, where can I put it so that it grows? You cannot just, okay, some of this information, now many people know, they're a bit financially literate. They know that we can't keep money in the bank, like just bank as it would. There's money which you'll have in the bank. But I think it's not like the best place to put the money if you want it to grow. But even banks have come up with products that can help the money grow. Yeah. But now when you have money, the basic questions of, okay, zinozukula zitia, like if I have it, zigenda kutandika kukula zitia. So there are many business ventures that people now go into. There was investment, there was which you call now the equity, where you invest into a business which is high risk. It can shut down anytime. The competition can kick you out, but high risk, but high return. Now my wife is in those, in some, but as a family we have also those which are medium risk, medium return, and low risk. You must understand concepts like cash flow. Now for me, when I was going to invest the money and I knew that by 2025 I need to access it, when we sat down with my wife, we knew that after 2025 the biggest thing we needed was cash flow. Like sente ziliwo. You can be rich in the next sente ziliwo stuck elsewhere. Yeah, but because you only get to know that only when you have financial literacy. So an example, I can have 100 million and I buy land worth 100 million. The land is not going in my state.
Does not buy food today. Fees for kids.
For the kids, yeah. So if your someone is transitioning, you must first do a financial audit. That is how much I need per month. Every home has an amount that they need to run comfortably. Every that's cash flow. Then you say, okay, now what are that investment? Now people who are usually in employment will have bonds, bills, unit trusts. And there are also others like giving money lenders, and they give you an interest. The idea is you need to know some money basics. You get the point? Eh? So when you know money basics, you say, okay, in self-employment, I need cash flow most. Where is the cash flow going to come from? You know exactly. So now, let me just give it. Now, some people, whenever we give exactly, I say, let's $1 million chikumi. Let me say you have, let's say,
1 million.
Okay, 1 million is also is a bit low, but okay, yes, you have 1 million.
This is what people have.
Okay, so but you can also increase it. I want to give a figure which, let's say you have 50M. 50M, you've gone out with employment with that 50M. It would not be wise at that moment to say you're going to put that 50M into something that but you've not guaranteed your cash flow. Zigena kuva ugenda kuva ugamba neta kali ya 50M. Now you're struggling. So you want to say that, okay, unit trust could be one of the things to say, when I take my 50M, I will get 500K per month as I figure out things. If unemployment came without planning, as I figure out I need the cash flow. Or if you're a risk taker, you say, angenda kuzejjako, like those business people might know, nja kuzejjako, njiye kisajja. That means now you're going to your work, your investment, where you must come back home with money in a week, in a month, you know. So now, like for us, it was events. We knew that events would be the cash flow. Then we had also built that buffer where we knew that, okay, this is how much money we need per month. It's going to be by cash flow. It's going to be fed by this, by this, by this. Once that is covered, then you can now split the others. We've invested in bonds. We've invested in money lenders. That's high risk but high return. Now you're calculating the cash flow. We've invested in land. We've invested in business, her bakery, in farming, in my blueprint. Those are high risk. Ne wali study high risk. Bonds, but if you do bonds is not cash flow because it gives you once every month. Not once. It gives you once
every quarter.
Okay.
Yes.
It is twice a year. So if you do in Jan, it will give you in June and December. You get the point. That's not cash flow. So what do you do between Jan and June? Kata unogamba, chitegera bond eja kunkolera. this. So that financial literacy, you must have it. How does money flow? What is the meaning of cash flow?
Yeah.
How do I make money? How do I create a product and a service to make sure that the money comes in? And for us, that was our like biggest lesson in the 4 years. Like ngogeze saving into, and some of them try and error. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Nalongo, this whole money from your business. Does it contribute to the home, or it's just your money? Because a couple of women say, yes, we are working women, we need to arise, we need to fight for ourselves, and my money is my money. His money is our money.
I wouldn't say that my money is my money, his money. But what we have done, like I was saying in the beginning of this interview, I said Joseph provides 100%.
100%, yeah.
He's that kind. So he does not necessarily come to me for money for food. He actually calls it small money. You know? But what we've done in our business is that the money goes back in the cycle. We just use the concept of profit first. Once we remove the profit, ziri cycle. Because also, as you know, you can never have a cap on how much you need to have. You need all the money. So we just remove the profit and we put it back in business. But he provides 100%. And our money is married. I married him, all of him. He married me, all of me.
So all your money is
so
married.
Our money is together. I can pick the money not from his business, because we have the cash flow that works on the home, but business money is business money and home money is home money. Yeah, that's it.
Interesting. As we're concluding, what advice would you give to couples who always want to like lean on themselves? Let's say like one partner is leaning on themselves in terms of finances, because finances break marriages a lot.
Yeah.
The number one breaker. If you do your Google, many sites will tell you finances top, and infidelity comes number 2. It's surprising.
So what would you say to someone who says that, man, your money is your money, leave my money alone, and the money is providing and all that stuff? What advice would you give to such people?
I think it's selfish. It's just bad manners.
It is dangerous also. But yeah, I think it comes back to faith. The faith, either you believe or the way you're brought up. But I can't say even the way you're brought up, because even me, I can't say I knew how money was running in where I was brought up from. So I think it's belief. Because by the way, our money habits, it's to go better where we are. So there are those things that when you get married, the biggest advice would be to marry the money. It's a hard one. Because when I speak it, some people like say no. Because even in our friends, even in our not even friends, but we are like we said, we love family. We talk to marriages and boys and girls. We love business, finances, family. But in the circles where we are, like in 6 marriage fellowship, because that's where we get our energy and play and talk. But you see, the thing of money is a tough one. Yeah. It's tough one because some couples don't have it. And it's a problem. Others have it, and in having it, it's a problem. In having a lot of it, yeah. And now you're saying, okay, so what is the solution? For us, now it's not a prescription, but the best that we've seen is having that money married. When it is married, you don't now stop. It plans many things, like
and maybe to add on that, marrying money does not mean that we save in one place.
No.
It's the comfort of knowing that there is nothing Joseph has
that I don't know about.
Yes. And there is nothing I have that Joseph doesn't know about. So I think what brings many wives to separate their money is the financial habits of their partner and the state of heart. Because honestly, if you guys are okay, why wouldn't I tell you? But typically, ogenda okulaba nga husband ayinamu oba ayina bye yerekera ye ng'omuntu, or when you give him money, he misuses it. So you start trying to protect yourself from disaster.
From disaster, and not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way,
Yeah,
but because
yeah.
the person has bad habits, you just try to protect so that the whole family doesn't go in his work.
There's someone I know, there's a lady who was telling a story, and she said she built rentals from Kameza money, knowing that anytime the man will switch.
Because of habits.
Those are habits, yeah. You can tell, and
you can know. You know your person. Okay, no guy. Sawa yona. Wafunira million ekikumi. Again. Then you start.
You start holding back.
This is mine.
There are small habits which someone can, like for us, and like I said, we're not saying this because what like angel stories and what, like even as we've grown into some of these concepts. For example, for me, when I didn't grow up in a family where like I was seeing money on the table being seen, you know, and so I also came into marriage, like the first until 2019. My pay slip is mine. Like my wife didn't know how much I earn. Until one time, like I don't even know whether it must have been like a talk or what. I came back and I said, by the way, I think some of even these stresses, you know, can come through because there's no openness in money. So I came back one time, because we were paid on like we would check your pay slips on the app and app. I showed my wife my pay slip, how much I earn. So actually I said, this is how much I earn. And the pay slip shows everything. They cut this money for RBS. This goes for this kind of setting. You know exactly how much you have net, and then how much money is going to pay if you have a loan. And when they know exactly now what you have, if it is not as much as they expected, the expectations now come. So someone says, okay, so that openness alone, maybe that's all. I get finances in emceeing and events planning and management. She knows, like sometimes they are paid through her.
She's the manager.
Not all the money.
Not all, but it's the comfort.
Yeah, it's the comfort
of knowing that if I don't think that we have to be in a situation of like we are in a court of nakulabe bakusasude.
Over here you got a job.
Why don't I know? No.
And I'm saying deal.
Hey, I know that if Joseph is going to buy a shirt in town, he doesn't have to consult me over it. And then I hover over the money. Hey, where's the balance? No. But I know it. He's of sound mind, literally. That he would do everything for the good of our family. And I don't expect him to be moving around. Why didn't here you said you bought onions for 10,000? How come I'm seeing for 4,000? I've not even seen him in the kitchen. But the comfort of knowing that your person is doing the right thing with our family resources.
I never trust. Yeah.
It builds trust, but it also helps you to put yourself in check, because you'll be asking, how would Joseph feel if he was paying rent in my own house? You know, because of, have you heard that story of when the husband was paying rent without knowing that
the wife was the landlord?
Yes. But if they found out that you're the owner of those houses, how would the person feel?
Very bad. That's betrayal of the highest order.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uzango zisasula you pay.
Ideally, what I want you staying in the house.
Ideally, you grow. You basically grow into those what? You basically grow into those habits.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, you change.
You change along
at
the
one
way.
time it was kameza per day. We went to kameza per week. So now we do per month. So, but when you do per month, she also handles it well. So like that, there's that trust, and every home runs its own way.
Yeah.
As people will say, do you join accounts? For us, we don't have joint accounts.
We don't.
Yes, but we know that the money has to work towards the goal of the family.
Yeah.
There's a vision. Yeah.
You are a couple that plays together a lot. Something that very many couples do not do. What is as we conclude, what is the importance of couples playing together? Because they'll be like Ssalongo and Nalongo playing together. Like those are childish things. But we'd like even you guys are going 10 years into marriage, but I see you guys playing kauna. I see you guys chasing each other at home. Like I look at you and I'm like, wow. We need to do this. What is the whole importance of couples playing together? Because the videos are going to run.
Who plays most?
No, we play. No, but the ideal thing is, like we said, marriage is it's like a company. Like the rule books are there in terms of some principles that help marriages grow. Like forgiving is a rule. Okay, maybe I'm calling it not quite a rule, but a principle. Forgiving, like for us, prayer is a principle.
Grace.
Extending grace. You know, there are times when you have to let go of some things, but you don't put them under the carpet. Communication, like that's a glue. So there are those principles. Now, fun. For us, those principles help to guide. Fun now becomes the glue. Now, every couple has their own way of fun. There are those who we have friends who go to the bar together. They dance till 3, never die. That's their fun. For us, it's not ours. There are those who like just sitting around and catching a movie. That's their play. There are those who just sitting around and enjoying their presence. Now, for us, it is physical play, like the physical play, and we do some of those videos because he has a concept. I saw something, we can act it out, and I know where it is coming from. But we agreed to it that the fun is now the glue. But also it helps also for the children. The children also come and see now. For us, where we, at least where I came from, I don't know about her in terms of the background, like in the area of play. I know like her background, where she comes from and what. The fathers are tough, mothers are a bit closer to the children. Yeah, no playing. Like I think things have also changed, but now also because we love family. We have many marriage fellowships we're in. So in those marriage fellowships, when we meet, we play. We play with other couples, we sit down and talk. In fact, a marriage in isolation is a marriage about to, like heading for death. So don't isolate yourselves. Play is the glue. We even created a forum one time where it was called Couples Play on WhatsApp, just because we knew couples miss that. Yeah.
Wow. Hey guys, thank you so much for coming through. It's been an insightful conversation, but I'm going to have you back another time for more of these conversations because
I'll be very glad.
Yeah. But Sir Jose, Mr. Rwabutomize wrote a book, The Art of Creative MCing. He's an author, so he authored this book. If you're out there and you want to become an MC, a great MC like him, like me, you can find yourself this book. They can find this book at Aristoc.
Yes, it's at Aristoc at 39,000, but we've even written more in the area of our liking.
Yeah.
Start and grow your business, financial literacy, purpose, finding your purpose and discovery. Some people ask me, how did you get out of engineering to do HR? There are things which drove me, but I also didn't can say I knew 100% sure, but there's a way, purpose and self-discovery, a book to the singles. It has a part where Nalongo has written about, we do speaking engagement. I was going to tell you, even the money from speaking engagement, Nalongo has quarter. But usually they pass through me. Oh, Rwabutomize, want to come and speak to some churches, some are corporate spaces. She's spoken to women from Chikubo at Africana. Wow. She's only 30.
Don't mention.
Yeah, then she speaks to them and said, but how am I going to speak to people who are older than me? Because principles are principles. And if you work them out in your own place, even your heart and mouth, if that's the right word, like they are synchronizing. You're speaking out of an abundant life. Yeah. So for us, boys, girls, women, men, empowerment. Perfect. Finances and business, those are our areas. And family, yeah.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you coming through.
Thank you.
So you can follow them on their socials, the Rwabutomizes.
Yes.
The Rwabutomizes on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah. Guys, it's really been an awesome time hosting the Rwabutomizes. Please keep on liking, sharing, commenting, and watching the show. We are growing steadily, and to everyone out there who has been impacted on this show, I'm glad that this show is creating a big impact. A lot of people come to me and they're like, hey man, thank you for that show. Thank you for the show. So I also appreciate you guys watching. Till next time, this is Ty the Note. My name is Emeka the Romantic Muchiga. God bless you and bye.